So, here's what happened. You guys have missed a lot. I made a bunch of videos, around 20 minutes, but I didn't know that these videos are way too long. I didn't even know that. Wait, we're going now. So let's join.
What's your point?
Z. Okay, it's happening now.
I turned off. Oh yeah, it's happening.
I'm tired.
Ben just yesterday.
Finally. Okay. I know I'm recording. Cash out. And then continue the double vision. Forget this. I want to play the Pokemon. You know what? I want to watch some videos.
Your channel?
Let's see how long we have. We have at least 10 minutes. What's this? These are usually short. I'm tired.
2009 Outback. Trunk opens up automatically.
It's up to 6 suitcases in the back.
Bug deflector. I highly recommend that.
My phone fits perfectly in here. I'm also the proud owner of a Subaru Outback. Learn from real Subaru owners on meetanowner.com. Did you know? Nintendo has never had any real interest in seeing Mario faithfully adapted to the big or small screen. They usually have very little input on productions and choose to not exercise creative control. British director Roland Joffe originally negotiated for the rights to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Regarding Nintendo, Joffe said, "I think they looked at the movie as some sort of strange creature that was kind of rather intriguing to see if we could walk or not. Nintendo considered the movie an experiment and believed Mario was a strong brand that wouldn't be ruined by a bad movie. History had proven that this was the case, as Mario had made appearances in film and television for a decade before the movie. Mario first appeared on TV very shortly after the character's debut in video games. In 1983, CBS aired Saturday Supercade, which featured animated shorts based on popular video games of the time. These included Frogger, Hubert, Pitfall, Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong Jr. 3 years later, Japan had their own take on an animated Mario adventure called Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach. It's generally considered to be the world's first feature film based on a video game, although it was never released outside of Japan. It remains today in relative obscurity, having only a single publishing run on VHS and Betamax. The design for Luigi in the movie has a peculiar yellow and blue color palette. This is likely due to early promotional artwork for Luigi having a more varied range of colors. In 2014, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS included an alternate costume for Luigi based on his clothing from the film. Super Mario 64 also has a connection to the film. The way Mario swings Bowser around by the tail during boss battles was first seen in the movie a decade prior. In the year 1989, 2 separate Mario animated series debuted, one from Japan and one from the United States. The Japanese program was a series of direct-to-video specials based on fairy tales but starring Mario characters. The American animated series was a recurring Saturday morning entertainment block called the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. The late Lou Albano, the actor who played Mario, began his career as a professional wrestler in 1950. He was approached by Deke with an offer to play Mario. At first, Albano wasn't interested, as he needed to shave off his trademark beard for the show's live-action segments. He was eventually talked into accepting the role by his wife and his friend, talk show host Regis Philbin. Lou Albano appeared on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee to promote the upcoming Super Mario show. Albano used his slot on the show to shave his beard in front of a live audience. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show had a series of spin-offs and rebrandings, but the most peculiar was a local broadcast from Southern California called King Koopa's Cool Cartoons. In the show, King Koopa would act as an MC between segments of cartoons. All of the animation from the Koopa Show were public domain, and ironically, none of the Mario cartoons were played. Nintendo was approached multiple times by big Hollywood studios wanting the rights to a Super Mario film. They were offered $5 million and even $10 million, but they ultimately settled with a small-time production company for $2 million. Interestingly enough, the first script that was presented to Nintendo was drastically different from the film that played in theaters. Originally, the movie was going to be a more comedic and fantasy-based story in the same vein as Shrek. The script's characters were more faithful to their video game counterparts. This included a reptilian Bowser that was intended to be played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. There were actual turtle-like Koopa Troopas, mushroom-like Goombas, and even a fungus-based Toad. Toad originally had a larger role in the movie as a wisecracking sidekick similar to his role in the American animated series. This draft of the script was written by Jim Genowine and Tom S. Parker, a duo that would later write the Flintstones live-action movie. The team had trouble getting a studio to buy the project, so the director and writers were fired and new staff was brought in. Husband and wife wife, Rocky Morton, and Annabelle Jankel were hired to direct the film, neither of whom had any particular interest in video games. Jankel recalled, "I don't think either of us had ever fully involved ourselves in the game at all, which might have something to do with the end result. We played it for research. It's a bit like if you're doing an adaptation of something. You do your due diligence. But it's not like we were all up through the night playing it. The original fantasy-based script was repurposed at this point, and the familiar concept of a parallel world with humanoid reptiles was retrofitted into the old story. In fact, the writers already had a concept for a parallel world, and they simply adapted the film's characters to their pre-existing idea. A number of revisions were made to the script by new employees, and a creative tug-of-war ensued. One version had a direct reference to Die Hard, and Bruce Willis was intended to make a cameo. Another version took the self-aware sensibilities of Ghostbusters and portrayed Mario as a sleazy Bill Murray-type character. Actual production began with a new draft that was gritty and action-packed with strong political depth and social commentary. These mature themes are what originally attracted actors Bob Hoskins, Dennis Hopper, and Fiona Shaw to the production. But by the time they got on set, they were handed a completely different script. These mid-production rewrites happened so often that some of the actors stopped bothering to memorize their lines, knowing they'd be given new lines the next day. Bob Hoskins accepted the role of Mario, having no idea that the movie was based on a video game. He'd never heard of Mario before and was made aware of the source material by his son well after filming had begun. Hoskins claims that Super Mario Bros. Was one of the lowest points in his career. "The worst thing I ever did. Super Mario Bros. It was a nightmare. It had a husband and wife directing whose arrogance had been mistaken for talent. After so many weeks, their own agent told them to get off the set." John Leguizamo later recalled the bizarre nature of the production with an interview for Super Mario Bros. The Movie Archive. "That whole disco scene, they hired a whole bunch of strippers, and they were too scantily clad because this was, a children's video game. And that was conflicting for everybody. It was not an easy shoot because the ladies wanted to reveal everything. We didn't mind, but it wasn't the appropriate PG rating we were looking for." The film exhausted Hoskins and Leguizamo so much that they eventually started drinking scotch in between takes. The movie was tumultuous for everyone involved, but it was particularly dangerous for those on the sets. Many of the crew members were injured and electrically shocked. Bob Hoskins refused to use stunt doubles and as a result sustained multiple injuries during filming. He was shocked by electricity, stabbed 4 times, and nearly drowned. One stunt involved Leguizamo driving a van and slamming on the brakes while Hoskins held onto the outside. Upon slamming the brakes on the first take, the sliding doors slammed shut and broke Bob Hoskins' fingers. Hoskins' right hand was in a cast through the rest of the movie. The team's costume designer simply painted the cast to disguise it.
I thought it was broken. I fixed it.
The film took another strange turn after Disney bought the rights to the Super Mario movie partway through production. Designer David Snyder speculated that Disney wanted access to Nintendo's characters to integrate them into the Disneyland theme park. When Disney inspected what they thought was going to be a family-friendly production, they found a movie with references to drugs, prostitution, and Mad Max-style desert death races. Naturally, this caused yet another rewrite, and the tone was made completely family-friendly despite taking place in a dingy, dark, and derelict city environment.
Oh my God! Get out of here!
Don't forget to subscribe and click on this annotation to find out some weird facts and secrets from the Super Mario Bros. Games
Well,
over
that's
at
it
Did
for
You
today,
Know
guys. I
Gaming.
hope you guys
And while
enjoyed
you're
this.
clicking on things, check out my video
So,
on the top
yeah,
10 weirdest